I'm really bothered by this dialogue because Ashton is the one who recommends to Isabella to go talk to Professor fucking Bearman, and like I can't think of
Professor
his name.
Bearman. Yes.
That's his name. That's his name. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 4pixels. Coco and Kimi are here with our guests, Filet and Buttons. We are continuing the letter.
Of course,
Yay!
Coco decides to start like right when I happen to stuff a fork full of noodles in my mouth.
Well, duh, I always plan that out.
Yep.
Coco has the best timing.
Yep.
Can't
Perfect
believe
timing.
Coco
Excellent.
killed Tori.
Every time. Like every time she revives me in Overwatch, she just revives me to watch me die again.
Listen,
Right in the
school
middle of
Coco
battle.
heals is a very, very specific school.
Sure. Despite
She just
saving
likes
that
watching
last
people
time.
die. Listen, I had to panic to do that.
I had my heel on you all the time.
Alright. It has been 5 years after all, but I've caught enough snippets of conversation between her and Zach to know that she has never given up on it. If I remember correctly, this is like a letter from the University of Luxborn, obviously.
Scholarship.
Yeah, the scholarship
Yeah,
thing.
it's a scholarship. Yeah. Despite how things have panned out with her father, she is one step closer to this part of her life. As silly as this may sound, coming from a friend, I'd like to give her the chance to have this. Whether it means stepping out of my comfort zone and figuring out what the deal with this curse is, I'll do so.
Despite having no information on this in your training manual.
Yep.
Oh god, I forgot about that line.
Yeah, I was rewatching the episode today and that just made me crack up again. Like, both in recording and in real life again. I'm just like, God, Ashton, please. You fucking idiot. If only to see that same smile on her face from that time again. These days, the only moment she seems to show it is when she's asleep, like right now, no matter how uncomfortable she appears. A smile of my own forms. Despite this, when I glance at her sleeping form again. She hasn't moved since, her shoulders rising and falling in slow, even rhythm with her breathing. You won't think she has any problems this way.
If only that were true.
Also, I'm weak for this boy. I hate it.
I told you. I fucking told you it would happen.
I just want to fucking hug him and, like, throw his phone out a window.
Okay.
I want to throw his phone out a window. That's the only thing I really want to do. That fucking ringtone. It's just like, okay.
Never forget that Coco texted me that fucking ringtone.
Coco, you monster. Sighing, I place the paperwork back where I've gotten it, carefully so I won't accidentally wrinkle or damage it in some way, and finally push myself off my makeshift bed. Isabella shifts when I carry her off from the floor and over to her bed, but doesn't wake. Simply tucks herself comfortably under the covers I pull over her. Oh, that's disgustingly cute. In comes the ghost lady. It's just like, yeah, this is so disgusting, I have to kill both of you right now.
Look, I know the plan. All he needs to do is play his ringtone and that'll kill her. And then everything will be solved.
Then that's how the game ends.
Yep. True facts.
That fucking ringtone playing into the ether.
Briefly, though, she mumbles something to herself and draws in another deep breath.
Becca, Ashton's being dumb again.
Accurate.
Fucking dragged.
She drifts back to a deeper state of sleep after, like she hasn't been interrupted by the slightest movement earlier, but the small smile on her lips remain. On her face. When I find myself returning in kind, despite her clear insult of me.
Who sleeps like a rock now?
She doesn't sleep like a rock, she sleeps like the rock. Thank you. It's better this way. Better to leave her to her dreams for the moment, which I hope are better than the ones I've had. She'll have time to worry about our problems later when she wakes up. For now, this'll be another thing I don't want to take away from her. A moment of respite, no matter how fleeting. She deserves it, after everything she's been put through, what I've put her through. In the meantime, I still have 2 other people I need to check with. Isabella will definitely get in a tizzy if I don't check on them. Cold Luxborn air meets me upon stepping out in the hallway. Not unusual in itself. This is what Luxborn's weather is supposed to be. A bit cold, damp for the most part, and more often than not, terribly drab with an occasional sprinkling of rain every few hours. Is this Seattle?
Oh my god, it's my aesthetic.
You would love it in Seattle. The sky's still clear, but I'll give it a day or two before the weather takes a turn for the worse. I've complained about the awful rains for years, despite having lived here my entire life. Ashton is me. I have to admit, though, seeing it return to the usual feels extremely reassuring. At least something's still normal in the world, when I can no longer think the same for the situation we're in. A nightmare. That's probably all this is. Again? Really? You're defaulting to this? Christ. I take it back. I don't love Ashton. I'm gonna kick him down the stairs.
Just give it another 5 minutes.
Literally.
Yeah.
There's just moments where he's adorable, and then moments where it's like, can you please stop playing this game of, nah, I was probably just like a dream or something. I'm hallucinating. I ate some bad mushrooms. Usually I'll say, I've been through worse, but that's simply another lie I've often told myself, isn't it? And I've fed myself a great deal of lies through the years, just so I won't have to think about it the next day. Maybe we won't even have this problem if I haven't been... Okay, maybe we wouldn't even have this problem if I hadn't been running away and ignoring things, hiding them someplace no one will see, because I've since believed doing so is a show of weakness. Story update. Zach's probably right. Perhaps I've always been afraid that there's some damn truth to what Isabella's been saying, knowing I've no clue how to deal with it. And now, after it has stared me right in the face, I'm at a loss. Scared shitless, in fact.
The fuck do I know about ghosts, though?
Absolutely nothing.
They're scary.
There you go. They've killed you 4 times. What does Zach? What does Rebecca? Z-Man has shown me some photographs, mentioned weird things happening around him in these past few days. Bottom line, he likely knows about... And from the top. Bottom line, he likely knows as much as about it... This sentence. He likely knows as much about this as I do.
I'm really bothered by this dialogue because uh, Ashton is the one who recommends to Isabella to go talk to Professor fucking Bearman and like I can't think of
Professor
his name.
Bamman. Yes.
That's his name. That's his name.
Yeah,
Yes, it's not
he's-
Andrew. It's Andrew Bearman.
that was it. Andrew Clark, Professor
Clark.
Clark. Yeah,
No, Bearman. His last name is Bearman now.
Clark
I
Bear.
don't know what. There's no Clark, man.
Professor Clark Bear. He's the one who fucking recommends to Isabella to go see the guy. Like, he knows a dude who knows about this, and he's like, "What do we know about ghosts?"
I don't know anything.
They literally
about
took like the
ghosts.
dumb blonde character and put it in fucking Ashton, and it drives me insane.
Even though they had, a blonde on the cast, no, Ashton is the perfect dumb blonde.
I mean, in
Let's just be real.
comparison,
Let's just be real, okay? Ashton is the Fred from Scooby-Doo of this mystery.
Jesus Christ.
Becca is clearly Velma, and I hate admitting that because Becca is a horrid person.
In this route that we've chosen.
In this route, yes.
I love how Cocoon made up the jumps to defend Becca.
Alright, there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this, and it's because there's so much fucking fandom sexism revolving around Becca, and that shit drives me insane.
Yeah, there really is. The other thing that kind of bothers me about Becca's route, and I think it's just because of the path that we wound up taking by accident from previous things, we never figured out what the deal is between her and her parents, and when she says, "I'm their real daughter," we never got a resolution about that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's supposed to be one, but yeah, that is unfortunate.
So I feel like the path that we took, while really satisfying personally, I feel like we don't know the entirety of Becca's character because of the path that we took.
don't. And in large part, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you guys screwed up really hard in Isabella's route.
I don't consider that screwing up personally, but
I don't know, it seemed like you guys really fucked up the relationship between Bella and Becca, so I have a feeling a lot of that actually did end up affecting how Becca's route turned out.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because I think Becca's the one we have the lowest quote completion end quote on.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see.
I don't remember where that's stored.
Probably branching tree.
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Actually,
like she's
yeah.
Yeah,
Becca's
but this
55%.
actually probably isn't that accurate because this is taking into account my having gone back and started the game probably.
Oh, I didn't think about that. But still, hers is much lower. I think hers has been lower for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember we had one instance where we looked at it and we were like, wow, it's only that much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So.
So I want to see something. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, yes.
Oh boy.
Why did you click it? Why did you look? We could have just been blissfully ignorant. Oh, Jesus, that's
damn.
actually a lot.
No, I knew that Ashton's was going to be one of the longer routes compared
Well, 'cause
to some of the others.
It's at the end and we're finally getting to the good stuff.
Yeah.
Good
Also,
stuff.
that entirely
Yeah.
depends on some of the choices we make later, because I may have accidentally gotten a little spoiled, but I have no context for it whatsoever. So I'm just like, I don't know how this happens, but I know it happens somewhere.
There's a couple
That's
spoilers
the
that
worst
are
things.
Yeah, there's a couple spoilers that are on the Steam page for this game in the
Yep.
the images. And I kind of want to know where some of them are because they look fucking radical. But at the same time, I'm like, how the fuck would that even happen?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what it is, but there's one in particular that's in Ashton's chapter that I'm just like, what the fuck?
I still can't believe people have done all death runs on this game. Just, no. I'd be too sad to kill Z-Man.
I was going to say,
Same.
if we're going to do an all death run, I need at least 2 bottles of wine.
At
least
I don't think we're... Listen,
At least 2.
This run alone is probably going to hit like 120 episodes. I don't think we need an all-death run.
No.
Just do a compilation clip of all of us fucking crying into the mic.
Everyone just record themselves drinking heavily and sobbing, and I'll post it up.
There we
Then by
go.
Friday
Yeah.
night.
Ah! Alright, anyway. Why else would he approach me? The guy who knows stuff, according to him. In the end, all I've done is give him the brush off. Some reliable guy I am. Hell, Rebecca's probably in the same boat, grasping for anything that might provide an answer, a way out of this. What can any of us do when all of us lacks any understanding of what's happening? One thing's clear about this, however. That thing is after us because of the letter.
Is it?
Is it?
I
Is it
actually
now?
have sincere doubts.
Both Rebecca and Zach have seen it too. She'll go after them as well. She already has. Yet here I am, walking up Becca's door, one slow step at a time. It's amazing that you're defying gravity and walking up her door instead of walking up to her door. Just imagining Ashton, wall climbing with his feet.
Ashton is the scary ghost lady, confirmed.
Fact. A stalling tactic to allow myself some time to put this mess in my head in a better order. How to phrase this when there's a 90% chance she's still pissed about a whole different matter. Maybe you should text her. It's the only reason we didn't check on her last night, aside from the ungodly hour Isabella and I arrived. We'll only alarm her by showing up in our home in the middle of the night, acting like babbling lunatics, and her anger can last quite a while. These days, it seems the only one she can easily forgive is Isabella. But even with her, Becca's fuming still takes hours. I mean, she's a Scot. What do you expect? I run my hand through my hair and straighten out my jacket before knocking. Once, twice, and 3 times just to be sure she has heard me, even if she is asleep. She's usually awake by now, though.
Hey, Becca, it's Ash. Open up. Don't tell me you're still in bed.
Seconds tick by.
Did we get Becca killed?
No.
No answer from her, and dread has started to creep up. I've been trained to handle dire situations, but the feeling has been doing that quite frequently since last night. My mind begins to anticipate the worst, and in the next minute, concern has mixed in with my thoughts, and I bang my fist on the door, louder this time. She'll definitely be livid, but I'd rather face her wrath than a dead body.
Becca, it's Ash. There's something we need to talk about right away. Open up. I know you're...
Your girlfriend left early this morning, pretty boy.
What?
So if you could do us a bloody favor and shut up, that'd be real fucking polite.
What?
Wait.
My hand...
What?
What?
Oh, what date are we on?
What was the last thing Becca did?
Yeah, I think this might be the day she went to the library.
That could be
okay.
And hit the ghost with a book?
Yeah.
You'd probably have to look at the log to check what day it is today.
That's too much work.
My hand pauses short of landing another heavy knock. From the other unit, Rebecca's other neighbor peeks in through his door, though I see nothing but a bundle of blankets. I'll say they need help from being devoured by their sheets, but it sounds like he's just fine. Since there were 2 separate voices, I'm starting to wonder, I think we just woke them up from post-coitus. I'm just saying. He's a huge asshole too. Course of actions, so people like him won't ruin your day. Act like the nicest person on the planet. Has done me wonders when I was a rookie patrolling the streets. No need to match his temper.
Oh, did she say where she was going?
I don't know. She said something about meeting someone or something, in case Filipina girl over there asks.
Rude.
What am I, her keeper? You know some people want to sleep in on a bloody Sunday, so keep it down. Just looking forward to this weekend. Thanks, you damn git.
Well, there's no need to be an ass about it. I'll get out of your...
So much for the polite approach, Ashton. Jeez.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
He slams his door shut without warning, but not before muttering a string of very colorful words about me. Probably thinks I won't hear him inside the four walls of his apartment.
Jerk.
And at the end of it, a sigh. So Rebecca's not here. I must have missed her by an hour or so, but at least she's not alone. She should be safe, in theory. But that's just a game theory.
Get the fuck out of this call.
Goodbye. Doesn't help that I fucking butchered it too. More so, if the person she's meeting with is who I'm thinking. Nevertheless, I still can't help but worry. It's an easy thing, continuing down increasingly darker lines of thought. To act brashly, to find out where she is and go straight there without deliberating on my actions first. There's Zach to boot. Rebecca's not alone, but I can't see the same for the big guy. A simple phone call to both of them should do the trick.
he's learning.
I know, right? It'll ease my nerves, at any rate. It's better than rushing over to Zach's place or assuming Rebecca's whereabouts and finding out they're not where I've guessed them to be. Assuming the worst will come next, which I'd rather avoid this early. Any other reason I won't bother them, but an emergency begs for urgency. This is one, right? Even if it isn't, anxiety from concern dulls judgment. Something I most certainly can't afford to lose at any given time, especially right now. Any means to calm it down, to calm it will do wonders for the muddled mess my mind is already in. Pulling up my phone, I thumb through the screen until it ends up on a group with only Zach's, Rebecca's, and Isabella's numbers listed.
Hi, Abigail.
I love the portrait for Abigail. It's so good. That creepy smile just staring into your soul. Other people will probably say I keep too few friends when they chance on this. To some extent, it's true. I can easily name about 100 people I've been acquainted with through the years. Colleagues, blockmates from uni, neighbors, those sorts of people. They all come and go. But these three have chosen to stay for some reason, without wanting or asking for anything. Unlike the others, none has Zach's kindness, Rebecca's patience, nor the sincerity in Isabella's eyes. Patience? Becca? Yo, okay.
Sure.
I'm sorry, it's just... Becca has patience? What? One day, these guys are just there. The next thing I know, being with them eases it. That heavy, somber feeling lingering in the air when you stand alone in your apartment, or something as simple as spending your day off without anyone. I'll say it's loneliness, but this carries much more depth than that. If I can help it, I don't want to lose any of them to some stupid curse. A phone call may be the least comforting thing at the moment. Honestly, I prefer being in the same room with them right now, but I'll take what I can get. Becca first. She'll get angry at me for worrying about her. She isn't some helpless damsel in distress after all. She isn't the shy little girl I knew when we were children. We're already far from the people we were back then, but that's more than enough reason to check in on her. I don't have to imagine her taking anything head on. She'll do it instead of asking for help when she needs it. I don't care if she gets mad at me, if only to know that she's fine. A ring in the silence of the hallway. Its sound alone might as well be sharp enough to pierce through my ears. Another second passes. 2, 3. But when on the 9th ring it goes straight to her voicemail, a cold feeling instantly lodges in my stomach. Oh shit, this is probably when she was trying to run away from the ghost.
You've reached my voicemail. Sorry if I can't get to you right now. Oh, and if this is Isabella, yes, you're free to reheat the food in my fridge. Otherwise, leave a message.
Ah,
That's fucking adorable.
yeah.
Didn't the phone, like, go off while we were trying to escape from the ghost in Becca's chapter?
I can't remember.
I can't remember if it sounded, but she did, like, when she escaped, she did have a voicemail from Ashton that she listened to.
Oh, you're right.
Because I feel like there was a part where we were, like, trying to be really quiet and get away, and, like, the phone fucking rang, and it's just like, nope, fucking just run, just book it. Literally book it, because she booked the ghost.
One more, I will kick you out.
Dang, if it took fucking 64 episodes for you guys to finally do that. No, 74, sorry.
It's a new record for you?
Yeah, it's a new record. Usually I'm kicked out by the 3rd episode. Helps I wasn't here for the first couple episodes. Probably just busy, that's all. Though I still barely manage to keep my voice even when I speak.
Hey, Becca, call me back when you're free. We need to talk. ASAP.
Yeah, that was the message he left. So yeah, she's probably booking the ghost right now.
Yay! Just good to that scene.
Becca will be alright. Is alright. She's safe. She's with someone else.
Yeah, the ghost.
Oh, she's with someone.
Having a great time.
No. No.
Don't
Sorry,
go
Kine,
there.
no. No. In the event that woman shows up, she'll have someone with her. Someone she'll be able to ask for help. She's safe. She won't ask for help. Becca can handle herself. Becca might have a fiery temper, but she knows when she's faced with something she can't handle herself.
Really?
I mean, she did handle it herself.
That's
better
true.
than anyone else has.
That's fair.
True. Fair enough.
That is extra fair.
Rebecca will see my missed call, and she'll call me back. Though I don't express it enough, Rebecca is someone I consider important to me. Oh no.
Oh, little
Aw.
baby!
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out with this bullshit.
And we're
God, the
back.
giant nerdy glasses.
Guess we'll end it here then.
We will end this episode right here. Thank you guys for joining us and see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See ya.
All sort of people who would love to move into the station. Like those people who were living up in the old housing block. They probably just wanted to get away from all the Navy. An old housing block? That has a promise. It's probably all busy. Don't you think so? But oh well, let's go see. Is that what you want? Look at all these gems. Ugh. I know I'll get there. Eventually. Oh, I'm close. With all these buildings, there's bound to be somewhere to live. Are you sure about that? Are you absolutely sure about that?